to do a tutorial about eyebrows and how to do them for those who don't have natural shapes. My niece has a natural shape, but I'm going to also show you guys how to do mine. I don't necessarily have a natural arch shape. So I'm just going to show you guys basically how to do an easy, quick, beginner's eyebrow. Using eyebrows right now, she doesn't have anything on. She already pretty much pre-plucked her eyebrows. She didn't do it too in-depth, but I'm just going to work with what she has. I'm not necessarily going to be plucking anything because, one, she likes the natural shape of her eyebrows, as well as you can really hide anything with concealer. So I'm not going to necessarily be plucking her eyebrows. So like I said, you can see in how it is. She already pre-plucked them. Alrighty, so these are the things that I do use for eyebrows. Some of them are a little extra, but it really depends on how extravagant I want the eyebrows to be. Basically, use your angled brush. The reason why angled brush is so important is because when you use a dip brow, or a pomade rather, it basically allows for the most of the product to be picked up, and it allows for the angle to be basically perfect. So I use an angled brush. It works wonders for me. Also, I use a concealer brush, which basically helps really right underneath the eyebrows. I don't necessarily know if this is a concealer brush, but this is what I call a concealer brush. This is Make No Mistake concealer that I use. Of course, my niece is not my complexion, but we have some for her. I also use the Dip Brow from Anastasia Beverly Hills. The reason why I use this and not a pencil is because for me, it gives it that wet look, but it also looks really, really good. Like, it doesn't look dewy. You can use a spoolie. I have another angle brush, makeup cleaner, toner, just to get anything off her face. And this is just the Anastasia Beverly Hills, just what it looks like. These are just contours in the back, but I'm not using that. This is just for the setup. Okay, starting off, what I first do is just basically clean up the eyebrow. With cleaning up the eyebrow, I'll just use some toner, which is basically just getting a little bit of excess oil off. What I also suggest with eyebrows is just make sure that when you're doing them, you don't go past the line where the nose basically is getting ready to show the hump. Reason being is because it always looks like you would have a unibrow. So wherever the natural start of the eye is, you line it up. The natural tail of the eye, it ends where the eye is curved, basically, where the angle is, rather. So same here. Look down there. Same, line it up. Just makes it a lot simpler. Now with my Anastasia Beverly Hill Dip Brow, which is in dark brown, I take my angle brush and I take the dip brow and basically begin to formulate the brow. I always suggest be modest with your product, especially when you're first starting out. Because what happens is if you use too much, then it becomes too harsh. Can you head back for me? Now, just a question for you. When you do your eyebrows and you're plucking them, are you plucking them specifically for an arch, or are you plucking them just to clean them up?
Usually just to clean it up. My brow is pretty straight and curls. I don't have much of an arch, so I just try to follow the natural shape of my brow.
Okay, so let's get started. Pretty much here I'm demonstrating how I am doing the brow. I do apologize that my hand is in the way. But basically what I'm doing is I'm starting from the bottom of the brow. So that way you are creating your actual line. Then I'm pushing forward just to basically go over the top part. So that way you're meeting the eyebrows from parallel to together. Now I'm just going in, getting some more dip brow. Use your dip brow. Don't be scared, but also don't press too harshly. Because if you do, it comes out super dark. Here, basically, I'm just brushing up in the front and just getting the product into the eyebrow. I particularly don't necessarily like using a spoolie, but when I'm doing other people, the spoolie does work best. I'm just here, just getting some more product. Now, as you can see, I've already done her right eyebrow, just to demonstrate pretty much what it looked like from the right side to the left side. And here, with the concealer part, I always start from the middle like how I was doing it initially with the eyebrow. The reason why I do it from the middle I'm sorry, as opposed to the front is because you can end up hitting the concealer too harshly in the front, and you want to have that fade. I guess it's like gradient effect. So it just looks cleaner to me. Now, with the concealer that I used, she had her own NARS concealer, which was like basically like her light brown concealer complexion color. So even though it looks crazy right here, I just blend the actual concealer down to the eyelid, because if you want to do eyeshadow, that's just basically like your primer in a sense. So with my actual brush, which is basically a blender brush, I just rub in the concealer just to make sure that it's cleaned up. I'll go back over the eyebrow again with my dip brow, because you can mess up, and at least you have the actual shape to go back to. Oh, just a reminder, like I said, remember that the tails of your eyebrows are not to be longer than where the angle of your eye is, like where you're angling your eye. Do not go past that. And just here, just cleaning it up. And this video is really for people who use dip brow, because I used to use the pencil, but I just feel like the pencil does not hit how the dip brow does. And you want your eyebrows to be popping, okay? Them joints need to be clean, neat, and beautiful. Alrighty, see her at the end. She looks all cute, and she had her eyebrows done. So thank you for watching.